have so much to say to the moon. Summer is turning to fall, season too soon. I feel so lonely and I don't know why. I just wanna see my reflection in somebody's eyes, but I can't stay another day.
Where I come from is, it was a broken home. It was just like my mom and my aunt and my grandma that raised us. When I was young, like my mom and my aunt, they were all using drugs. They had all got into a gang. They dropped out of school by the time they were 14 and 15 years old. They were in and out of jail, not really around to really raise us and to show us the right things. I was 13 years old. That was the time when I first started, getting high when I was 13. I was getting high with my cousins and the people I went to school with. And my second semester in 7th grade is when my grades had totally dropped. I was ditching school, I was still getting high, and then when I turned 14, I was molested by my 32-year-old cousin. When I was molested, I didn't say nothing at all. I was scared. So time went on, whatever, and I got to high school, and once I went to high school, I was walking home one day, and next thing I know, this guy pulls up in a car, and he's just like, hey, let me talk to you. He's like, what's your name? Let me have your number. And so he calls me one night, like a week or two later, he calls me. And we talked, and finally, we hung, he came and picked me up. We got a hotel, and he was just talking about, you're gonna make money and blah, blah, blah. And I still didn't have no idea what he was talking about. And it was a couple more days later that he finally put me out. I was with another girl. I had no idea what I was doing. All I knew, I was just walking down Al Cajon Boulevard. And then the girl that I was with, we were walking, and then a guy pulls over, and so her and I both walk up to the car. And then he was like, do you guys need a ride? And then he asked, how much is it? And I was like, excuse me? And I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? And I was just like, whatever, who cares, I think the only thing that kept me prostituting was that all the money I made so much money for that guy that I was working for. I kind of, I didn't know that it was gonna get as bad as it got. I had no idea if I wanted to stop, I wasn't gonna be able to. Once I turned 18, I started using crystal meth. I first started using cocaine. I wasn't using it that much, but I was using cocaine at first, and then, I didn't like it no more, so I moved to crystal. When I was using crystal, I felt like I had a lot, but I didn't have nothing to show for it. After my uncle got killed, I started using a lot more, and then within a few months, I was like, I can't do this no more. I can't do it no more. So slowly but surely, I started cleaning up, and I would stop, and that for a week, and then I'd relapse again. And then a couple days later, I'd relapse again, and at the end of August, I think I only been clean a couple weeks, and then my cousin Marcy, she had a baby. Her and I weren't on good terms because she was very mad at me because I was using, and like I dropped out of school and I ended up being like how my family was. And her and I growing up, like we made a promise with each other, we're never gonna be like our family. We're never gonna drop out of school. We're never gonna use drugs. We're never gonna, separate from each other. I could understand why, because I was the one that broke that promise. I already been clean like 3 weeks when she asked me. She's like, cousin, can you help me? You know, I need help with the baby. I can't do this by myself. I was like, okay. So I went with her, and being with Marcy has changed my whole life. I need to get a job and I need to get into school. I didn't think it was going to be any more than just, me getting back into school and her helping me get a job. That's all I thought. I didn't know who was going to do it. I knew she was going to help me while I helped her with the baby. Next thing you know, like when she gets better, like when she got better and the baby got a little bit older, she was just like, cousin, I work at a community-based center where they help you get back into school and get work experience. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready yet. And so she brought me in, and I was so quiet. I looked like, oh my gosh, I looked like I woke up from the dead. I was so quiet. I didn't even want to talk to people. I didn't even want to look at people. Coming around them, but they were smiling and very welcoming, and I started getting into the work readiness classes, and I was so I did not want to talk. I didn't know if I said anything that, I would, if I said anything, I felt like I was stupid for even asking. And how can you not know that? You're 20 years old and you didn't know that. And I was like, I would go through that in my head, and then again, I would hear you're not gonna work, you're not gonna make it here. You're not, all you know how to do is prostitute and escort and use dope. And I was like, oh my gosh. But I'd still come, as much as I didn't want to come, I was just like, just keep going, Rosemary, just keep going. And I kept going, and next thing I know, I'm graduating from the work readiness classes because I completed my 10, and then I get an internship here. Once I got the internship, I think is when I finally realized that I can't be shy, I can't be quiet, I can't be scared, I can't be timid, I can't be like how I used to be. And being here at Turning the Heart Center has made a whole turnaround in my life. The way I am today, I'm able to talk about what I used to do. I'm able to help girls. I even teach my own Girls Rise Up group now. And I'm enrolled in college. I want to be, when my long-term major is, I want to be a veterinarian. I want to have, I want to have my own house. I want to know, I want to do things on my own. And I remember before, I didn't want to do none of that before. I didn't even think about it. But being here has changed my mind. It has changed the way I see things. It has changed me so much. And I thank everybody at Turning the Heart Center. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.